What's going on, guys? This is I was gonna have this in the video I put out. Well, I downloaded it last night. 16 hours later, it still wasn't downloaded until this morning, or it didn't get, or it was about 12 hours later. It finally got on this morning. But it's this video. I hope it downloads quicker. But I was gonna have this in that video, that last video I did. Uh, but it wasn't a car wreck. It's the first time I was ever hit by a vehicle moving 55 mile an hour down the road, and I was struck by it. But first thing I want to tell you is that you can hear that fan, and I've got that heater and that heater blowing on me. It ended up yesterday, or actually the night before last, it dropped down into the 20s, and we had snow. It was snowing yesterday up here in northeastern Ohio. And it didn't accumulate a lot. It covered the cars and some of the ground, but a lot of it, like in the driveway, it blew up around the cars, and that's where it accumulated. Now, we just had about an 80-degree day the day before that, I think it was. But that's really no surprise about. I kept telling everybody we're going to get snow in April this year. I think the last time it happened was about 5 years ago, and we got 10 inches of snow in the middle of April. Or actually, it was the end of April, before summer actually came on. But to get back to this story, and I think I've told these stories in some of these videos, but you guys don't go back and listen to my old videos, so I get to tell them again, and that's okay. But first time I was hit by a car or a vehicle, me and my buddy, we were shooting pool, and we used to play foosball also. We were a pretty good team. We were pretty good as a team playing foosball. And he had been working late. It was probably a weekend night. And by the time he got off from work, I'd already been drinking a little bit, and he wanted to go for a cruise out towards like Brown County State Park or something. And I was like, well, I'm cool with that, but I ain't driving. You're going to have to drive. I ain't driving. I done drank too much. And he wasn't even drunk or anything. He liked to smoke his weed. He didn't really like to drink anyway. So I told him also, don't forget that my car's on empty. We got to stop and get some gas somewhere. We're going to run out of gas. And I said, but you got to remind me, or we got to remind each other. Well, we were getting ready to leave this. It was an arcade basically, where we hung out and shot pool and played video games and foosball, and so had all of our friends hung out there. And on the way out the door, this one girl saw me, and she was like, where are you guys going? And I said, hell, we're just going to take a cruise. And she goes, can I go with you? And I don't care. Let's go. So the car I had back in had a bench seat in it, a full bench seat. It wasn't bucket seats. So you could get 3 people in the front seat. Now, the driver's side seat, the cushion was kind of tore up, been burned by cigarettes. It was down. There was no cover on it. It was down to the cushions and the springs just right over the driver, right where the driver was. The rest of the seat was good. It just wore out from the guy I bought the car from. And so that I got to tell you that part. So we get in the car and we're cruising out through there, and I got a bottle of rum or something that me and the girl is drinking on, and we're smoking pot. And we run out of gas. And I'm going, doggone it, I told you, man. He goes, oh shit. And we're out in the middle of nowhere. There ain't a gas station nowhere nearby. And I'm going, what? And he goes, it just died and it won't start. And we pull off to the side of the road. He coasts off the side of the road. I'm going, oh man. Or I go, get what? And I said, try it again. It wouldn't start. Neither one of us was thinking about the gas. And so I tell him, get out. Let me around there. I'll start this damn thing. My first mistake. I come around and I get in the car and I'm smoking a cigarette, drunk, and I'm trying to get this car to start, and I looked down and I realized that it was out of gas. I said, oh, doggone, man, I told you we had to get some gas. And well, my cherry falls off my cigarette, falls down in the cushions of my seat. Windows are all down and everything. I get out on the driver's side of my car. I shut the door, and here's a pickup truck coming down the road at 55 miles an hour right next to us. And I'm right next to my car. He's got 2 lanes. I'm cool, but I'm pissed, and I'm standing there bitching. And I stagger back a little bit, and the mirror that was sticking out off that big old Ford truck caught me right in the shoulder and knocked me across the hood of my car and down the embankment into a ditch. Well, the guy driving the truck, he hit me. Well, I staggered out into the street, and he hit me, so he stopped and backed up. And by the time he backs up and he jumps out and he's running around there, and my buddy, he doesn't know, he's just still standing up there with the girl. The guy comes down, I'm getting up and I'm walking up the freaking hill, the ditch, and he's going, are you all right? Are you all right, man? I said, yeah. He goes, man, you staggered right out into the freaking road. You know that, don't you? And I said, yeah. I go, I'm all right, man. I'll tell you what, can you just get us some gas? He goes, gas? I said, yeah, we're out of gas, man. He goes, are you all right, man? I just hit you. And my friends go, man, you knocked him from the street across the hood and down into that ditch. That's how hard you hit him. And they're looking at me, and I'm going, man, my shoulder hurts a little bit, but I'm all right. It might have a bruise. The guy goes, oh, yes, man, well, I'll go get you some gas. Well, he did one better. He called the cops. He wanted to make sure I was all right. So he called the cops. Well, because I was the only one that smoked, when the cops got to the scene to check me out, they had to my front seat was on fire. It was burning from where I got in it and tried to start it. So the first thing the cops had to do was take a fire extinguisher and put out my front seat. I ain't lying to you, folks. Then since I was the only one smoking and I was the one standing, I staggered out on the driver's side as I got out of the car. The truck driver, the guy that hit me, saw that. And they got me for DUI, even though I was not driving the daggone car. That was my first DUI. Or no? No, that was the second time I was popped for DUI, except I seriously wasn't driving. They did they ticketed me for it, and they took me to jail for the night. But my buddy, now they hauled my car in too, because they wouldn't let my buddy take it, and they already had me in the jail, so they hauled my car in to impound. And so my buddy called his dad late at night. His dad came and got him, and his dad was cool, real cool guy, man. He loved me. And his son was telling him what happened and how I got hit. But I wasn't driving. He told him, man, Brian wasn't driving. I was driving his car. And so his dad felt bad for me. So he went to the jail that night to bond me out, and he could have bonded me out, but I was so wasted that they couldn't wake me up, and he was going to give me a ride home. And but he bonded me out and paid for my impound. So when I finally woke up, they released me and told me, go over there. It's already been, your car's been paid for. You can pick it up, go on home. I said, no shit. Yeah, I found out my buddy's dad did that because he felt bad that I wasn't driving my car. His son was driving my car, and I got hit by the truck, and then I go to jail for DUI and impounded my car and everything. So his dad paid for it to get it all out. And then the charges got dropped later when my buddy went to court with me and told him he was not driving that car. And but I didn't get, it was probably because I was so drunk, I didn't get hurt. My shoulder got hurt a little bit, bruised. But the truck hit me. He said he was doing 55 mile an hour when that mirror, and it didn't break the mirror off. It didn't break that mirror off at all. It was one of them that stuck out on the side, big, strong mirror. He smacked me with that and knocked me right across the car. That was another story, and this why 11 minutes to tell this one, so I'm going to have to do them in short little stories. God loves you guys. I love you. Jesus couldn't love you anymore. Seek the way. Till the next one.